dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We are seeing companies posting signs on windows saying they are at reduced hours because they do not have enough workers, all while businesses are facing supply chain issues. We talked with one Somerset business owner that says he knows the feeling all too well. WYMT's Dakota Makris explains.
At Magic Monograms, embroidery machines are hard at work for their customers.
Do a lot of commercial work for local businesses, for the corporate world, a lot of decoration for schools, screen print, embroidery.
But if you do not have the staff, it is hard to meet demand. A problem owner and CEO Alan Woodson says he is familiar with after having 5 interviews scheduled, all ending in no-shows from the applicants.
100%. I have never seen anybody not just flat show up for an interview without a telephone call or anything.
Woodson used hiring platforms like Indeed and Facebook job postings, trying to fill the empty positions.
We've not gotten a lot of quality applicants or many applicants at all, quite frankly.
Even deciding to post job openings on his personal Facebook page, which has nearly 300 shares as of Monday.
A few people that I actually know reached out wanting a job or wanting to at least inquire about the job. So I felt like that it was a pretty successful post, and we'll be able to pick up 2 or 3 employees from that.
Not only seeing a problem with trying to get people hired, but supply issues as well.
We're sending orders out now that may be 2 different brands of black t-shirts because that's the only way we're able to fill the order. Unfortunately, those supply chain issues are affecting everybody. Probably the small business owners more so than the big guys.
And he says it is not just his business that is having a difficult time.
We talk to business owners in our community who are facing the exact same challenges, getting people to show up, getting quality applicants.
Hoping issues resolve before their busy holiday season. In Somerset, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
If you're interested in applying or for more information, you can find that number to call on our website at WYMT.com. In Laurel County, 35-year-old Cassie Brown is charged with 3 counts of assaulting a police officer. The sheriff's office says she was trying to take a truck that didn't belong to her early Sunday morning. Deputies say Brown tried to fight the 3 deputies who responded. They say she kicked them and even tried to rip off an antenna from a cruiser to use as a weapon. She's also charged with public intoxication and disorderly conduct. An Ashland man is charged with murder in connection to the death of his girlfriend. Ashland police say they were called to a home for a possible overdose. Once they arrived, they found 24-year-old Angel Brianna Rowe with a gunshot wound, and she was later pronounced dead. Police say Angela's boyfriend, Talon A. Bessinger, is being charged with murder. A near-death experience is the way one Corbin native describes her family's ordeal with COVID-19, a time in which she gave birth to her son prematurely due to virus complications. Now the mother is sharing his story of triumph as she plans to open a children's consignment store. WYMT's Vivica Grayson has more.
How do you feel about brother being home?
Good.
For several people throughout our country, the COVID-19 pandemic is proving to be a nightmare. One Corbin native, Arian Peters, and her family know all too well.
Practicing social distance, still not going out unless we absolutely had to. So it really caught us by surprise when we got COVID.
This past May, all of her family contracted COVID. Pregnant at the time, her son Moses was born 11 weeks premature.
They say he's not having adequate blood or oxygen flow to his cord, and it just was a quick decline from there. His heart dropped. We had to do an emergency anesthesia C-section.
A moment Peters could not have imagined.
He was still here, but at the same time I was grieving him, and I felt like I was losing him. So it was definitely very difficult.
During this time, Peters worked at home to care for her son, a time that inspired her to pursue a dream she's always had.
You know, we're doing this for his best interest, but also so we can just have that time with him. You know, when you shop here, you're going to see my kids. You're going to watch them grow up.
Noah and Moses, a new children's resale and consignment shop named after her daughter and son. A shop Peters says is eco-friendly and supports Appalachia.
We're definitely big on the community. We were born and raised here, so that's a big deal to us.
A dream inspired by the children she and her husband love so much.
I think it's going to help out people that would like nicer clothes but can't exactly go to big stores and get them. So we have them here for you.
A new beginning following a scary encounter. In Corbin, Vivica Grayson, WYMT Mountain News.
Erin is happy to say that Moses is almost 5 months old now, and she also says once open, their new store's hours will be Tuesday through Saturday from 10:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m.
Well, high pressure's in control and remains in control after a beautiful weekend. We've continued it right on into the work week and more expected there. Camera outside from the University of Virginia at WYS, a time lapse showing, well, the only way you'd know it's a time lapse is because the shadows are moving, because we haven't seen hide nor hair of cloud cover today, and we continue to see beautiful blue skies out there as the sun begins to set there at Buffalo Mountain. Middle 60s in Perry County right now. Just a beautiful evening underway. Temperatures for the most part, middle and upper 60s. Still have a 70 hanging on in Irvin, but look at WYS already dipping into those upper 50s. It's going to be another chilly night tonight. A pinpoint Doppler devoid of any cloud cover, really, or rainfall specifically, as we continue to see dry skies working through. You got to go up into Pennsylvania before you run into any rainfall, and even then, you might even have to cross the border into New Jersey before you run into any kind of rain. So it's just the way we like it. Keep that WYMT weather app handy, though, because once that sun goes down, it's going to get chilly in a hurry. We're in the 50s by 7. We're in the 40s by midnight, and some of us could sneak into the upper 30s in the morning. I'll have those details coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. In Logan County, West Virginia, 2 people are dead following a shooting. A deputy says it was reported near Mud Fork and Dingus Mountain. Now, no other information is being released, but we'll continue to update this story on WYMT.com. A national park in West Virginia is telling visitors they need to stop throwing rocks down cliffs, saying it could kill climbers and hikers below. A Facebook post by the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve says a rock climber recently reported to park rangers that multiple people were throwing big rocks from the cliffs at Diamond Point on the Endless Wall Trail to climbing areas more than 100 feet below. The park says the climber saw at least one rock fall a couple of feet from someone who was climbing, saying it could have been deadly. It is simply a cartoon drawing of a bird used to get out the word about a food giveaway in southern Kentucky, but apparently Facebook had a big problem with it, and now a food pantry can't advertise their work on the social media site. The director says they've had problems with Facebook rejecting their posts before, but now their page has been unpublished.
And so I pulled this little cartoon, and he was looking at his watch, drinking his coffee, and I titled it with "The Early Bird Gets the Worm." If I wasn't so frustrated and angry, I'd be rolling on the floor laughing at how absolutely asinine this is.
The director says they have reached out to Congressman Hal Rogers for possible assistance in restoring their page. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a story close to my heart and a memory we will never forget as we share one of actress Betty Lynn's last interviews.
And unlike our last fall blast, this one looks to stick around a while. I'll have the latest on how long this nice weather will be with us straight ahead.